Hello, hello, Gemini. Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Gemini, what is going on for you in the month of March? Now, we have a bit of a cosmic mashup happening this month where there are a lot of planetary alignments and changes taking place, including Venus retrograde. We have Mercury going retrograde mid-month. March kicks off the first of the eclipses in 2025. It's also the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere. And then lastly, we have the start of the astrological new year, so the beginning of Aries season. So a lot going on in the month of March leading into April. So we're going to take a look at how this affects you personally, professionally, financially, emotionally, and we'll also take a look at your health. All right, last but not least, what's your archetype for the month? You have the mirror. This is a good time to reflect. Something is being shown to you, and this could be partly due to the upcoming eclipse energy that we have. So let's dive in. Key themes for you, Gemini. Your first card out is Ascension. This is all about soul advancement. This is about personal growth, and I feel like you have grown immensely, and that has impacted all areas of your life. And I feel like there is an area here that you are really striving in, but there may be another area of your life that you feel like you're struggling a bit in. So it's about that balance. Now, you do have the Hierophant, the Magician, and the Justice. There's the scales of balance here. So I feel like this is a month where you are reconfiguring. When we have a retrograde in Venus, that can be about relationships and taking a look at, partnerships, where we are committing our hearts to or what we're committing our hearts to. And if it feels like it's in true alignment to our, intuition and to our soul self, because that's your other key theme for the month. And we also have here awareness. So Gemini, you are being asked to really be aware of what your intuitive wisdom or guidance is telling you this month. Because you have this Ascension card with the intuition, it would be a very good month to meditate or start a spiritual practice or enhance a spiritual practice. Whether it's meditation, it could be journaling, it could even be yoga. I see that showing up here on the Hierophant. But I feel like you are guided to step up or rise above duality in some way. And that's so interesting because Aries also received that message. In fact, I think it was the title of their reading, and we'll be embracing Aries season mid-month. So if you have any Aries in your chart, or, if you are rising above some sort of maybe challenge or conflict or duality, you may want to check out that reading. But I feel like that voice within here is guiding you to make a choice. Because at the bottom of the deck, you do have the choice card. And this is about decision making. And right behind the choices, you have letting go. Like, do I liberate myself? Do I hang on? Do I stay in this relationship or this dynamic? Do I continue putting in the effort? Do I go back to school? Whatever choices you are throwing up in the air at this time, I feel like it's important to trust your intuition and to be aware of the signs, the synchronicities, because you also have signs and symbols showing up here. Spirit is loud. Spirit is communicating with you this month. For those of you that have felt a bit lost, or if you have felt like it's been difficult committing to a certain path, I feel like there's accountability. It feels like some sort of accountability, meaning you are accountable for the choices that you are making. And there's a message around a new life, a message around a new beginning. And I think I know why. Because we have the choice card at the bottom, which is about, again, between worlds. It can be resources coming in for you. It can even be alternatives, like approaching something from a new perspective. And you have the word itself, ascension, on the letting go. So again, rising above is going to help you make clear decisions, because right behind these two cards, there's your new life. And I feel like this is coming in around your birthday, around your solar return. So Gemini season, so May and June for you. There is the start of something really beautiful, but there's a lot of transformations taking place between now and then. So if things are feeling a bit shaken up for you at this time, Gemini, I feel like it's for the better. It's to shake you up and kind of point you towards the direction that you are truly meant to go. So pay attention to the signs, the numbers, the synchronicities that may be playing out for you. Pay attention to your dreams as well, because when your intuition is heightened, you may be receiving a lot of messages through dreams, but I'm also getting not just during your sleep state, but your daydreams. What is it that you are daydreaming about? And is it conducive to the choices you are making in your life to help you get to where you want to be going? And that's what I feel like you're reconfiguring at this time. Now, when it comes to health, I'm just going to tap into health real quick, because we do have the Magician, which is Gemini energy here. It's also Virgo, but this is about manifestation. So when this comes up, this is an overactive mind. So do pay attention to the mind this month. Communication. This can also be memory problems, learning difficulties. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, which Mercury is going retrograde. So do be mindful of, miscommunication issues, or even like illnesses around thinking, or I'm getting something here around the senses, like paying attention to your senses, because they're being heightened. I'm also getting breathing. Breath work is very big for you. That could be part of the spiritual practice that you incorporate that can help you kind of come out of the headspace if you feel like you are overthinking things too much, or if there has been some miscommunication that does go on for you in the month of March. Dropping back down into the body, getting focused on being very present here can be helpful with the Magician. And it's also about how the mental states, affect our body, because you are the master communicator here. And when you feel like you're not able to communicate or express yourself, it could actively manifest as a physical symptom, maybe in your throat. It can manifest as, maybe gut issues. For some of you, if you are overthinking to the point where you're not listening to your intuition, that can affect the head or the crown chakra, causing migraines or headaches or pressure to the skull. So just be mindful of overthinking or overdoing it in the month of March. It's not a month to, rush impulsively into any major life decisions. Now, because we have Libran's energy here of the Justice, Libra rules the organs, specifically our core, right? In our core region. So this could be a really great time to strengthen your core through yoga or through Pilates. This can also be breath work, as I mentioned, but it also rules the lower back, the kidneys, the adrenals, the ovaries as well. So if those areas are affecting you, I'm also getting kidney stones. So for those of you that are prone to kidney stones, this could be a month where, you make sure you're taking in plenty of water and you are working on stress management, okay? Stress management. What else do we have here? We have the Hierophant. This is nutritional deficiencies when it comes to health, and it can also be lack of emotional support. So if you find that your lower back and even your back region in general has been really calling out to you, I feel like the back, if it feels like it's not supported, it can carry a lot of tension and a lot of stress. You may want to get a good massage or get some energy work done here. I'm getting immune system. There's something here about the Hierophant, does denote a strong immune system that can be resistant against illnesses, which is great if your, immune system is up to par. So I feel like if there's like a viral infection or bacterial, if it's been ongoing, this is the month where I feel like you're digging in, you're getting some answers here. You're doing your research or you're connecting to a professional who can help you out. Some of you, this is autoimmune with this Hierophant, but I also feel for some of you, let's say a virus goes through the household, you may not be, affected. Or if this is an illness that goes around your workplace, I feel like you could be immune to it in some way. So that's good news. All right, let's look at the choice card here again, because I also see that you may be recommitting to a path that is more non-traditional. So for example, let's say you are a nurse and you decide that you want to branch off in nursing and you want to heal people on more of a holistic level or alternative way of healing. It feels like you're branching off and something that you already have experience or education on, but you may be taking the road less traveled is kind of what I'm getting. I'm also getting traveling nurse for some of you. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a good month for research and education and knowledge, figuring things out, maybe even looking at new practices that can help you strengthen your body, physical exercises. This is about mastering your craft. Eight of Pentacles is a very solid energy of loving your work, gaining knowledge, dedicating yourself to your craft, and being experimental as well, because sometimes that is what it takes for you to create the best concoction that works best for you. And you can see that she's mixing some potions. She has some potions going in and she's mixing. And so this can also be a trial and error period for you where, you're seeing what's working. You're really looking at a relationship and you're saying, okay, I know that this is working, but let's try this, or that's not working. So let's change things up a bit. And I feel like this is a huge month about, reflection and not just throwing in the towel altogether, but finding solutions. Okay. Finding solutions. So very solution oriented month here for you, Gemini. I also feel like time management is significant, and because workaholism was coming up here with this Magician, because the Magician can be very action oriented. I mean, this is your energy. Now it's showing up in the upright, which is good. It means that you have the energy and the vitality to, to be very productive, but I also see it's important to take care of yourself. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to burn the candle at both ends, but you do want to remain productive while you have the energy. But I feel like you should take these breaks, take pauses, take breaks in order for you to refuel. Okay. Refuel your energy, revitalize so that you can show up as your best self. Now we have here, if this is career, now Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you're trying something new. Okay, this is about you trying something new and maybe even making a new choice in your career. You may be contemplating getting a new level of experience, skills, or education here. But I also feel like time management, again, is showing up. It's like, what are you doing with your time? Some of you feel like you're wasting time on too many trial and errors. It feels like there's been too many mistakes And this could even be people that you're working with, Gemini. If you work with others, perhaps there's a lot of cleanup and it feels like you're wasting a lot of time, money, energy, effort into cleaning up other people's messes. Now, because we have the Six of Cups here, this is beautiful. This can be a childhood dream of yours. That could be what you are looking into or researching or making a choice to move or head in this direction, because the Six of Cups is a bit of nostalgia. This may be something you've always dreamt of, something you've always wanted to do, or it's always been in your heart. This is also reconnecting to maybe a past person, someone that you used to work with. If this is love, maybe there's someone of the past that is coming in here for you. I mean, retrograde energy can certainly bring in people from the past, but I also feel like there could be a reunion with a sibling, or a reunion here with maybe a family member or a cousin that you haven't seen for a long time. For some of you, this has been many, many years. But the Six of Cups is also how you connect to your own children if you have them. This can be a parent-child relationship. Maybe you are the parent or you are the child, but it's also about maybe reparenting your own inner child in a way. Yeah, this is quite beautiful. And there's something about giving, gift giving. Maybe someone's birthday is coming up here in the month of March. You could be receiving flowers, maybe even a planter. Someone could be buying new plants or have a green thumb. I'm getting, it may be a time for you to replant. Maybe a plant that some of you, this is a very specific message. There's a plant that you received at a funeral, or maybe it may have been like a peace lily, or again, a funeral plant, or you got it at a very important time. And I feel like it's time to replant this. Very specific, take it as it resonates. But I'm also getting here, don't be afraid to embrace some of those childhood dreams of yours, or wishes that you've set out maybe in your early adult life. Maybe you've always wanted to go to Paris, or perhaps you've always wanted to learn how to sew. Whatever this is for you, there's a second chance, a new opportunity to embrace this magic. I mean, you have the Magician, you are showing up as very, very magical. And when the Magician shows up, this is you having the skills, the talents, the tools, the resources to bring about whatever it is that you are working on creating. So the Magician here is number one, right? One is new beginnings. New beginnings that have to do with maybe courage, the self, maybe even leadership. And I feel like you're putting your talents to work with the Eight of Pentacles, and you're going to see it bear positive fruit. Now, the Hierophant showing up here is all about your belief systems, and you're shedding old limiting beliefs that no longer align with you, or you're fully embracing the beliefs that you do align with. And this is a wonderful month to really reconnect to a part of yourself that may have felt a little bit disconnected. Okay, so if you feel like you've been disconnected from your body, or if the mind has been taking over, I feel like you are finding ways to reconnect to your own intuition. Because what's happening is you're leveling up. Your soul is advancing. You are preparing for, a new trip around the sun. For those of you sun sign Geminis, which your birthday is right around the corner here, I feel like this is a time for you to really embrace your commitments with an open heart, with that Six of Cups. There could even be a new child entering into your world here, or there could be a connection or some magic happening between you and, children. Maybe you work with children. This can be healing the inner child because you've done a lot of personal growth. But the Knight of Swords in reverse says, do not be impulsive, because this is your energy. Swords is the air element here of you, Gemini. And I also am getting travel. So some of you, this is about manifesting some travel. Knight of Swords showing up though is also about your words. Be mindful of miscommunication. I keep getting that over and over because justice here, justice can feel at times like harsh. All right, Knight of Swords. So you want to be mindful that you're not coming across as too harsh to others, especially if there are children here involved. And I feel like you are a teacher. There's something about being a teacher. You have eyes on you. Like other people are watching you at this time. They are watching to see how you respond or what choice you are going to make. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is just reminding you to be direct in your communication and to pause before you react. Justice is in the upright, Libran energy. This is good. If you're dealing with the divorce, if you're dealing with the legality here, if there's been some judgments, if there's been some karma or any sort of imbalances, this is retribution. It's accountability. It's balance. And so I love that this is showing up for you because it means that through some of the challenges that you've gone through, something is being restored and it is actually coming together. And that's why you have the choice, the letting go and the new life coming in here. If you are traveling, make sure you're looking over contracts, Gemini. This can also be, I'm getting like protection plan. So maybe you are looking at different protection plans when it comes to like travel insurance. This can be legal documentation, passports. Maybe you are renewing like a driver's license or a license plate. There could be a finalization, maybe of taxes or documentation coming in here. Yeah, it feels like you don't want to rush when it comes to making a choice when it comes to the law, because otherwise you may have to backtrack it later or amend it. There could be some sort of an amendment here. And I think that's the reminder of the Knight of Swords. Don't rush into anything here. All right, let's look at finances, career, money, and wealth. We have the growth card again, soul advancement and personal growth. And yes, it feels like you've gone through a lot personally, but this has also affected your career or your finances or your abundance. Expect a good money flow, a raise, or a new job offer. That could be what the Six of Cups is bringing in. You see that there's a plant right there. Plants have the ability to grow, right? If you buy somebody a bouquet of flowers, they're dead flowers and you can enjoy them for a short period of time, but they're not going to last. If you give someone a plant, right, you have the ability to continue growing it and taking care of it and nurturing it. And that's what I see here for you. You have the ability to care for something long term, or to grow something where, you get to see it blossom right in front of you. It's important to unlearn, to grow as rules continue to morph and change. Now, sometimes the Knight of Swords, he can be a know-it-all. Now, this could be someone that you're dealing with here, Gemini, but you may be dealing with maybe a child, because the child, maybe a young adult even, but the Knight of Swords can be someone that feels like they know everything, and you may become impatient with that energy. That's why you have the Hierophant showing up in the meditation position saying, okay, I'm not going to lose my cool here. And I feel like it is important for you. It almost looks like a teacher and a student. So some of you are definitely dealing with people who are not as experienced. They may feel a bit incompetent at times, or this could be even immaturity. But I do feel like there's an opportunity for growth and setting a good example for what that growth looks like. If you're delaying your growth, the process of healing is worth doing. So what does this mean when it comes to career? Well, there's more where that came from. So I feel like you may be leveling up by, again, taking a new skill set. It could be going back to school. Maybe you're going for that promotion, or you're looking at additional ways to generate income. The gold bar is about solid finances. It's about investing. You may be looking at the stock market, real estate, cryptocurrency. This could be long-term positions that feel satisfying. You may be even connecting to a bank or a mortgage or loan officer here. But I feel like the gold, there's something that is here to stay because the gold is backed up, right? Gold has been around forever, and it just feels like you do have some sort of backup plan or pension or, money set aside for retirement. But I also feel like you want to secure like plan B over here. So there's a new income source coming in. It feels like you have some new ideas showing up here in the month of March. Look at that. You have the science mind coming out within you. Keep an open mind. Something is unfolding. This could be a field of science, medical science for some of you, biochemistry, forensics. It says apply a scientific approach to your business or financial problems. So you see here that she's looking under the microscope, right? It's something that cannot be seen with the naked eye. So I feel like this is a month where that's where the intuition piece comes in, but also your logic. You have the skills with that magician. And if you are open with that Knight of Swords, we can turn this in the upright position and you can really unlearn something. Maybe that's why the Knight of Swords is coming in. Unlearn how something may have been done originally because there's a more efficient way to do it. What's that called? Working smarter, not harder. And sometimes I see this quite often. Sometimes we stay with what we know because we feel like it works and we don't want to learn a new way of doing it because then we have to put in the work, right? The Eight of Pentacles. We have to put in the work. We have to learn a new routine. We have to start over or start fresh. But remember, you have experience under your belt and you are wiser and more knowledgeable than the first time around. And I feel like you are being guided to dig a little bit deeper this month. Break outside of the mold because you are the rebel. And when this shows up in your career, some of you are entrepreneurs. You may be coaches, mentors, healers that are here to teach others a better way. You are a system buster, Gemini. I just heard the name Buster as well, so maybe that is significant for some of you. It could be a nickname or a pet's name. If you do have any limiting beliefs that are limiting your abundance, now is the time to address them. Really get down to the nitty-gritty of, why is there some sort of resistance, or what is it that you truly need to embrace or accept in order for you to move on to the next level. You are a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. And that could be why I see so many young people here in your reading. Now, yes, some of you could work with children. You could be a parent. You could also feel like you are working with children, even though they may be grown adults. But I feel like you're manifesting something quite beautiful for your family and your legacy, not just when you're gone, but while you're living as well. There could even be some sort of a payout that you're manifesting from, maybe the court systems here. There may have been an unfair judgment that was made in the past and it's up for reevaluation. Okay. You could be receiving some news or an answer to that in the coming weeks. Okay. I do have by Gemini season here. All right. Now let's look at your spending. Okay. Some of you are really addressing your spending habits and patterns. You may be getting your financials in order, maybe even going to a tax advisor or an accountant here. So I see you looking at numbers, and a number that really stands out here is 424. So it says, I think it's 424,000, but it could be 424. Now, fours in tarot represent structure, right? Planning, foundation, and stability. And twos represent choices. And then followed by another four. It feels like here's the stability, here's the foundation, but maybe it's not working or it's tapped out. Now I have to make a new choice that can allow this stability to grow. So 424, if you are seeing that number often, know that that is your reminder to make some new choices that can help you grow your stability. We have saving money. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. You have these saving money and then you have overspending right back to back together. So it feels like that's why you may be budgeting. You may be saying, what is worth spending money on? Like, is this a want? Is this a need? You know, can I save more money on my car insurance, right? Can I consolidate debt? I feel like you're configuring things this month financially, and it actually does put you in a more favorable, balanced position. And it may require some responsibilities to be addressed, maybe even evened out. I feel for those of you that have a family, you may be having a talk with your family about like chores or around them kind of pulling their weight in the home, or whether it's in their bedrooms. If you have, young children, having them help pick up their toys. If you have teenagers, making sure that they are contributing as well, and knowing that it's a group effort. It shouldn't all be placed on one person's shoulders. And if that's how it feels, that's going to get heavy real fast. You see that this gentleman is carrying bricks. There could even be like bricklaying or masonry. Some of you are building or rebuilding some construction projects here, or do-it-yourself projects around the home, or you could even be hiring a professional to wrap up a project that you've been maybe holding off. All right, let's look at love, partnerships, relationships. Well, we have the mirror. Hold up. You have the mirror showing up twice in your reading, two completely different decks. The mirror can be mirroring each other, and that can be Libran's energy here of balance. And then we also have on the mirror card self-reflection, introspection, and inner wounds. All right, something is being shown to you, and it may be during the eclipse season where it's being revealed. I'm excited to read your archetype card, the mirror. So a rebalancing taking place here. You also have the wedding ring. So for some of you, you could be married. You could already be in a high level commitment, or you are manifesting it. I feel like you do want to put in the work. You do want a union or marriage. Well, some of you are going through divorce because of the justice, but it can also be, it can be a wedding with the justice card, but wedding or divorce, take it as it resonates. But this is about soul connections. You want everlasting love. You want to devote yourself, but you also want someone to devote themselves to you. And if it's one-sided, that is really being addressed this month. You have the sunglasses. Watching, looking, perception, and stalking. Okay, let me look here. That's why someone is creeping. If this is maybe an ex for some of you with that Knight of Swords, or it could even be like a family member who didn't agree or doesn't agree with your lifestyle or something you've said. I feel like they're trying to ask about you or get information, or just looking at what you are doing. Some of you, this is kind of creepy, but they could even be like driving by your house. If you are thinking about moving, they may be curious to see if you've moved. All right, with that Knight of Swords in reverse. All right, let's look here at the mirror showing up. I do want to mention, if you are going through a situationship with someone where it's been very, very back and forth, we have Venus going retrograde, as I mentioned, and I do feel like that is going to bring up some karmic lessons for you to really take a look at and ask, is this a lesson that I want to continue repeating, or is this something that I should address now? So I do feel like that is coming up here for you. And I'm just going to find the mirror in the book. All right, Gemini, the mirror, the reflection, the illusion, the looking glass. We look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image, so compelled by his reflection he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. Speak to yourself gently and kindly in the mirror. It will feel awkward at first, but it is a sure way to become friends with yourself. And for those of you that have ever done coaching sessions with me, or maybe even received a session, I talk often about mirror work because it really is a gateway. It really is a portal. For further reflections, read the poem I Am Not I by Juan Jimenez and Yoko Ono's Mirror Piece in Grapefruit. This is about witnessing the deeper self. It's pure awareness. And didn't I say twice? You have the word awareness showing up, right? You have it in the Ascension card, and you also have it in the Intuition card. So there is a deeper sense of pure awareness, and you have a front seat to this, Gemini. You are the witness. Now, when it's in the dark, this is narcissism, comparison, and it's looking at things through a harsh lens, harsh edges. If you want to go deeper, check out Yayoi Kusama's Infinity Mirror Rooms. I'm not sure if that's a poem or a book or a movie, but if you want to go further in the message, check out Infinity Mirror Rooms. So again, the illusion, and that's what eclipse energy brings out are, truths, sometimes painful truths, sometimes truths about our own self. And if you've been stuck in that comparison trap, right? If you feel like you've been comparing your life to other people in some way, I feel like you are asked to, find balance in that. Just rest as it says here. Because we always manifest. We're always manifesting energies into our lives, and we are pushing them out. And when we manifest from a place of love, right, that is sustainable. That has the ability to grow. But when we manifest from a place of fear or illusion, it's bound to be shattered at some point or another, just like that mirror. So if you have been in the energy of some sort of an illusion, I feel like you are working on seeing the true self, seeing through a level of awareness, because you have, again, a front seat to this here, and this is all benefiting you. By having this mirror being held up in a way, you're able to see things that you were not able to see in the past. And that ultimately is the justice. And sometimes she can be a bit harsh, but I feel like it's better to live in truth than live in a lie. And that is going to help you let go of what was, so you can make room for some beautiful new beginnings to enter your world. So that is what I have here for you, Gemini. If you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And if you have not caught out the new Soul Saturday session collective readings where I chat with you face to face, I am also going to be taking questions and answering some of those questions in the following Saturday video. So I will link that playlist at the end of this video. So thank you again for tuning in, Gemini, and I'm sending you lots of love.